Hi, I'm Cathy here with another practice along video. Today's video is all about getting your shoulders really open with some deep yoga stretches and different ways to stretch. This will both help deepen your back bends and also help you create a nice straight vertical line for those interested in handstands. What you'll need for today's practice, and feel free to use whatever you have around the house, but a couple props, something you can elevate under your shoulders, a strap, something you can put in your hands, and some light weights. And again, just get creative. Really, all of this stuff you can use without the props. So if you don't have them, still practice with me, and make sure you have some wall space. Let's get started. Standing with your feet hips distance apart, bring your fingertips to your shoulders and just take a moment and feel the shoulder blades retract towards the spine. That means they go in towards the spine, so your elbows will go behind you. And now I want you to circle your elbows, your arms. So you'll bring your elbows forward, try to actually have them touch, and then all the way up, back, down, and we'll just keep going in this direction, forward, up, back and down. Now you might hear some cracking in your shoulder joint. That is completely normal and okay as long as it's not associated with any pain. We'll go one more and switch directions. So big circles, try to get those elbows, see if you can get them to touch. Really feeling the arm bone, your upper arm bone move in the shoulder socket. We'll do one more. And release, grab your strap. Take whatever you're using and raise your arms above your head, widen your hands into a kind of V shape. And we will bring our arms behind us and focus on moving your shoulder blades in towards the spine. And as you bring your arms above you and then in front of you, allow the shoulder blades to draw away from the spine. And we'll keep going here. So we'll move up, behind us. Now as you go behind, try not to flare out your ribs. Keep those front ribs moving down. We'll do a few more rounds. This is called shoulder flossing. It really helps to increase the mobility in your shoulder joint and even the scapula. Your shoulder blades. Let's go one more forward. And you'll release your strap. We'll move to the wall now and take a stretch at the wall. This stretch at the wall targets the pec muscles. You'll start facing the wall. Your palm will be on the wall, thumb pointing up. And you'll begin to move your shoulder towards the wall and have your upper arm bone externally rotated. That means it's rolling away from the wall. So you'll begin that external rotation and you'll start to make contact with your shoulder towards the wall. There's a little bit of space there. And then you are turning your body, your chest away from the wall. So I've even turned my feet and breathe here. Now you could turn as much as you have movement, right? But don't overdo it. Breathing. Couple more breaths. Use your inhale to come out, and we'll switch sides. So left hand down, thumb is up, walk towards the wall. Get pretty close to the wall and then begin to turn your chest away. Move your feet and breathe. So you can see it really gets into the pec minor here and kind of the lateral part of the pec muscle major. We'll breathe. So in our back bend practice, we have two kind of categories of back bends, one where the arms go behind us like this and one where they go above us. So all the stretches today will work both. Another breath. And release by turning and facing the wall, and then you'll release your arm. Let's go back to our mat. Come to stand, have your feet hips distance apart, bring your arms into a 90-degree angle, and we'll just kind of work this rotation of the upper arm bone. It's called external rotation, moving to the posterior side, the back side of your body. And we'll go down now and then up, and really trying to isolate this external rotation. We'll go down and up. It's a little micro movement down when we get to this top point of really rotating back. As you go down next time, allow the shoulders to internally rotate and clasp your hands behind you. So you'll see the head of your shoulder is moving forward. I want you to now draw your shoulder blades towards the spine, and at the same time begin to work your hands away from your hips. Now, if you can't clasp your hands, no worries, you'll use that strap. We'll begin to open up our chest. So we're stretching the pec muscles here, the large muscles in our chest, and the pec minor, the smaller chest muscle there that attaches to the arm. We're coming into a bit of a back bend, so engage your glutes here as you really open your chest. We're letting gravity kind of help to stretch us here. And now come up with a straight spine. Bend your knees, allow your sit bones to go back, and we'll go in the opposite direction. So we're utilizing gravity a couple different ways here as we fold. So we've got a deep bend in our knees. Bring your chest towards your thighs. So we're not focusing so much on stretching our hamstrings or backs of our legs today. I really want you to focus on your shoulders. So we're releasing the hamstrings a little bit. Draw your shoulder blades in towards your spine. Now straighten your left leg. Keep your right knee bent. You'll rotate over to the left and switch. And release. Come down onto your shins. We'll take a couple stretches here. So bring your arms back to that 90-degree angle. Draw your shoulder blades towards the spine. Open up your chest, so moving your spine into extension. And as you exhale, protract your shoulders. So that means they move away from the spine. Try to bring your elbows all the way to touch, so your spine is in flexion now. We'll continue on. So inhale, these are kneeling cat-cows. And exhale. So the more we can get mobility in our thoracic spine, it helps to open up our shoulders for various postures. We'll take one more and we'll release. You might need a strap for this next one. I'll turn to the back so that you can see it. This is cow face arms. If you're using a strap, you'll place it in your right hand. Reach your right arm up. And now begin to point your fingers. You'll bend your elbow and point your fingers down your spine. See if you can do it without using the support of your opposite hand first. So this is more like active flexibility. And then we'll take our left hand, should you need a little bit of assistance here, to move your elbow to point up to the ceiling, fingertips point down. Breathe. So we're stretching along the tricep and the serratus anterior, the lats. We're getting all this that can get really tight. This is such a good shoulder stretch. Now on the opposite arm, we'll stretch different muscles, more of the anterior deltoid. So we'll rotate the the shoulder, the upper arm bone inward, so that we can bend the arm. And here's where you might need a strap in between your hands, and you can actively pull the strap away from you. We'll hold this for several breaths. Keep your belly button pulling into your spine. Elbows work towards the midline of your body, so they're hugging in. Another breath. And we'll release. I'll turn and face the front so you can get this view as well. We'll switch sides. Left arm up. Bend your elbow. Begin to work those fingertips to point straight down. Left elbow up. Maybe use a little bit of an assist here for yourself. We'll take the right shoulder, roll it in so that we can bend the arm behind us. And then clasp fingers or use a strap. And if you don't have a strap and you're not clasping, you can just press your hands against your back. Belly button pulls up into the spine. Breathing here. One more breath. And we'll release. Okay, next we'll grab our 2 blocks. You will place them the medium or high setting. So the more open your shoulders are, I would go high setting. Tighter they are, go medium or even the lowest setting. This is a puppy stretch with blocks here. So we'll take our elbows to the center of the blocks, walk your feet back so that or your knees back rather, so that they're right underneath your hips when you go down. Now your head will likely not hit the ground, and that's okay because we want gravity to have somewhere to go. We want our head to have somewhere to go with the assistance of gravity. So coming down here, allow the sit bones to reach up. And so again, we're really getting into the thoracic spine and stretching the lats and serratus anterior triceps, that whole area that gets really locked up for a lot of us. So continue to breathe and surrender here. You could even actively press your head into the heel of your hands. Just give it a little facilitated stretching there. And then maybe release that. So if you think about it with our like king poses or king pigeon, king dancer, this is basically the arm shape, right? So sometimes I like to cup my fingers and kind of imagine I'm grabbing my foot and visualize those poses here. Couple more breaths. Okay, that's deep, so take your time getting out. Ooh. And we will set now our blocks up. Now this is where you would use your weights, some light weights, somewhere between 2 to 5 pounds. These are just ankle weights. I think they're about 2 to 3 pounds. And you will have the tips of your shoulder blades against whatever prop you've got going. And the deeper your back bends are, you're going to want to elevate yourself up because you don't actually want your seat hitting the ground because, again, we want gravity to help kind of weigh us down. So you've got the tips of the edge of the blocks at the tips of your shoulder blades. Seat is down and begin to go back, right? You'll take your 2 weights and, you could really use anything around the house, and you can do this without the weights. And we'll straighten our arms and begin to reach them up and over. So you'll notice kind of how high my hands are if you're watching the video. I actually hope you're doing it, but I'll tell you, my hands are pretty far away from the floor right now. But with the weighted assist here and gravity, they're very quickly about to hit the floor. So if I had more blocks, I would actually elevate myself higher so that, again, I had somewhere to go. Allow your hips to relax down. You might be feeling some discomfort here as long as it's not painful. We don't want spine compression, but discomfort is in a lot of ways necessary here as we do things to deepen our postures. A couple more breaths. Now I'll show something else you can do here. You could release the weights and grab opposite elbows. And if you have a partner or a friend at home, you could also have them gently press down at your elbows That is a nice assist too. You can also do this like over an armchair or something like that. You can use various things around your house if you don't have blocks. Okay, nice and easy. Ooh, that's deep, yeah? So we'll bring our hips down. Head is the last thing to come up, and that is an inversion, so we'll just take a moment before we move next. And we are going to finish off with one more stretch at the wall. We're finishing off with puppy stretch at the wall. So we'll raise our arms above us, hands shoulders distance apart. Step away from the wall just far enough where you can get your chest close to the wall or on the wall. So the sit bones go behind you, they go back. This is that hollow back shape again. And such a good stretch for your shoulders for those back bends and handstands where we have our arms above our head. So yours might look a lot deeper than mine. I have a spinal injury, so I don't want to slow you down. So you can walk as far away from the wall as you want while maintaining your chest on the wall. We'll hold here. So I've got my chin on the wall as well, getting into the cervical spine. And then we'll slowly lift away from the wall. I hope you enjoyed this practice along video. Now that your shoulders are nice and warmed up, you might want to check out my stretches for deep back bend video or any one of my handstand videos. You can also check out in the description box, I have a freebie for you, a guidebook on alignment. I would love for you to like, comment if you liked this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you on the next video.